So, if you remember last time, if you watched the other video, when I got this thing going, this fan was seized to start with. Well, I took it apart, trying to get it to go a little longer so I could lube those bearings. So I pulled the fans off it and tipped it up and lubed them up, got it spinning pretty good, put it back in there. In order to do that, I had to take the wheels off it. So I don't know if I took that one off, but I had to take this fan off. And the process of putting it back on, this is old and decrepit. Broke a blade off. So being from the helicopter biz, fans, you can balance fans. They have to be balanced, otherwise they jump all over the place. So I did attempt to put a drywall screw in here, some nuts, and tried to get a balance on this thing. Wasn't great, it was still jumping around, but it was usable until I can replace this whole thing. But come back the next day and it had shut down again, so this thing had seized up once again. It's turning right now, but either the bearings are worn or something in the shaft where the armature is catching the magnets on the side and it just locks up. So I'm gonna replace the whole kit and caboodle, which is good because we need a fan. Anyway, so the first thing you gotta do up here is disconnect the power. Oops, gotta squeeze the right part. So that kills the 120. Got 120 volts in here. This is the harness that comes out of this. So now there's no voltage to any of this. Won't get zappy fried, and we gotta figure out this whole wiring harness thing here. So let's get this out of here. First thing I do is gonna take this fan off. Gotta work it back and realize it's actually got a flat spot on the shaft, and I think there's a flat spot on the fan itself. Yep, and that's where I screwed up. I was trying to turn the fan and pull it on and didn't realize it was till too late that it had one slot. I thought it just clamped over the top of the shaft, and was trying to pull on it, and these blades are old and decrepit, so yeah, they're not looking so good. Anyway, we'll get this thing off of here. These four little nuts. I think it's these. Nope, it's not those four little nuts. They 5/16ths? They sure are 5/16ths. So I can use my handy 6-in-1 here. Oh, and by the way, I screwed up that description in the last one. The 1/4 inch side, these are number 1 size tips. Those are the number 2 size tips. Brain fart. Anyway, we'll get this off of here. These 4 nuts, this whole thing will work its way right on out of there. And so the inevitable. Able to order a motor and a couple of fans. It comes together. It's a set. Basically took the number off the motor, ran it in the good old internet, and took it to Dometic. Dometic's website has no recognition to that, which is very odd, but eBay does, and this is, in our case, this is what we ended up with. Yours is going to be different perhaps, because you need everything. So in here are my 2 fans and the motor. Get this thing back in operating order. Oh yeah, and for my removal of this, I'm using my nifty neato long reach 5/16ths, so I can reach in here like this, because you have to put this fan, take it off, put it on while it's in there. There's no way to get it worked in there, and this makes it a lot easier. In fact, I'll be able to take everything off, I believe. This might be a little smaller, might be 1/4 inch. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be too irritating. This is going to be just a bunch of little short clips every time I come up with something to do here. So, I'm grabbing a hold of this, wiggling that back and forth, grab a hold of the fan. I don't think I can film that. Wiggle this back and forth and push at the same time. That way, I don't know if you can see that or not. and it comes off. Step 1. Alright, they are sort of 5/16. Maybe they're just rusted, they're a little loose, but they come off. I'm getting ready to take this, also 5/16, this clamp screw here. Just make note of the position of that shaft relative to the fan, because it's got to fit right in this little slot in here. Theoretically, if you install it back to the exact same spot, or very close, so in this case, just a little bit sunken in there, the shaft is. And you should be good to go. I don't know if that one has a flat in it or not. But just grab a hold of that and we'll pull that out of there. Alright, well the reason I'm trying to get this blower wheel off of here is just make it easier to get this thing out of here, but there's a ground wire back over here. It runs down over to here. So 2 5/16 again, you pull the cap cover off. It's going to be this green and yellow wire over here. Let's see if that's 5/16 as well. Sometimes those are 1/4 inch. Yep, another 5/16. So this should make it so I can just pull that out of there, because that wire is going to have to come off of the motor. And that's going to be a through screw going all the way through, which is why it's called a through bolt. Through screw. Alright, that's loose. I'll put that over here. That should make that motor come out of there. Except that, what? That should be that. Why is it pulling on the rest? I wonder if it's strapped together. Oh, it is. Ha! No. Yes. Oh, yes it is. Oh, there's 2 wires. Okay, make note of that. 2 yellow and green wires are screwed to that ground, and the other one in this case happens to be tie wrapped in there. So let me get that off of there. Okay, actually jumped the gun a little bit there. Before you start doing anything with the wiring, do yourself a favor, take a picture of that. Straight down, over the side. Anything you're going to take off the wires, instead of trying to remember or write it down or whatever, if you take a little picture, you should be able to go back and see how all that goes. There's my ground now. Now I can pull this up out of here. Maybe, because the wires are tied up down there too. So I'm going to have to get them loose. Find out where they connect to everything. Looks like there's a good chance that they're wired right into the plug, which means I'm going to have to pull those, wire the plug. I bet that's what it is. You see that one terminal's burnt there anyway. Alright, let me cut all these tie wraps out of here and see what I gotta do. Sure, it'd be nice to get that off of there first. Okay, so the capacitor wires are the brown and white that go up through here. Go on these terminals. White's easy enough. White goes with the rest of the white terminals. Brown wire goes over to the, what does that say? OPT. One should say Herm, ground. These are the ground. Fan's going to be the green one. In this case, not so much. Interesting. Anyway, the yellow and the green wires, you see that stripe on there, are the grounds. So this ground all the way up through here. You got to look at here. You see there's a yellow and green one. If you're looking at it from this way, you may not catch that. Red wire is over there. It's going to be that top left. It's going to be the bottom right. I'll show you what those pins look like. And I have a jeweler's screwdriver is what I use to extract those, and then I'm going to need to attach something to these wires. Let's see, maybe I don't know if I can pull them both at the same time. Yeah, maybe. But as you pull them back out of this shield here, sheath, I'm gonna want to pull something else through there, a wire or something, so that I can attach the new wires and pull it back through. Otherwise you end up cheating and have to like lay them out here along next to it and tape them up or something, which wouldn't be the most terrible thing in the world, but we want to try to do this correctly. So let me get at that. And you can't move this motor until the wires are all up under there, so I got to get these wires out so I can pull them through. And I got a black, oh, I got a black wire too. So 3 wires coming through here, the black wire as well, which is right there in the middle. So those 3 wires have to come out. The other one's a blue and the ground and a white. Those run. White goes over there, blue wire goes to the compressor. Alright, so got to get those, pull those pins. In fact, I'm up here at the moment. Let's just do a unboxing here. There's a new motor. You can see it comes handy dandy. It's already got the terminal on the Udius. It's got the terminal on the white wire, terminal on the brown wire. Those are 2 capacitor wires. Yeah, they did a nice job in this. So here are the 3 wires that go through the harness. Here's what those plugs look like. Let's see, do they have little tabs on them? Locking tabs? These do not appear to have locking tabs on them. So they're just going to pull right out, theoretically. And then these will just shove right back up in there, I hope. Well, let's just find out. See if I can yank them out of the back of that thing, and then go find me some thin wire or something to attach to that, hopefully. Well, I'm going to admit defeat. I went into my helicopter tools and found some pin extractors, but all I'm going to do is more damage. Don't have the proper ones, so I'm not going to recommend this, but I don't know what the odds are that homeowner, RV owner, Porta Potti owner is going to have the proper tools for this. I'm just cutting the wires in a staggered position. I'm going to put butt splices in them and leave this harness alone. So I've clipped the wires. Electricity still flows through the butt splice, so it should be fine. As you can see, all these connectors are all... It's much better to replace the pins right to the connector, but that does not seem like it's going to happen. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to splice these together. And we should be fine. Anyway, didn't get to use my wire, which showed up on my cart somehow. Figure must be a reason. Alright, so let me get this thing out and see if that motor actually matches this other one. Well, that's interesting. Aside from the bracket not being centered up correctly or whatever, I'm going to have to trim this foam out of here a little bit. It's got the same mounts, everything. Theoretically, I hook it up the same wires. Looks like that's going to work. Gotta make sure I get that fan out, put the new one in there before I put this in. But, yeah, looks like it's going to work. Okay, now is the perfect time to do some cleaning in here before you start reinstalling this thing. Get some coil cleaner. It's not cleaned up too good, but I'm using continuous coil cleaner. Probably something you don't have, so just get some regular coil cleaner, follow directions, hose this thing down, clean it up. I know this one hasn't been cleaned in, she's probably 9 years. I don't think anybody's done anything. Looks good on the outside, the condenser coil. Inside not so good. Wrapper coil is blue. Clean it up. I'll leave some continuous coil cleaner on it. In this case, it can stay on there and it helps to keep it clean as it sweats, basically. And then I'm cleaning the whole thing out. And I'm going to take a break here a little bit while this dries up. I'm going to take the top down, put it on a hose, clean that up real nice, let it all dry up before I dive in to this. Here's my new parts. And welcome back. Continue on. Okay, got my splices. Got them heat shrunk. Tying them up down here, put them back in the clamp, ready to go with this. When ready to go. I'm gonna turn the thermostat up down there and plug it in here so I can watch the whole thing. Got these wires tied up. Those go in there. Black and white wire of the capacitor go up through there, and the ground wire that's attached to the stud over there gets up in there, and I kind of reach up underneath there and I had to pull them back a little bit and shove them back in here, but the fans will be blowing this direction, so they shouldn't come out. I'm particularly careful the way this fan looks. There's much I can do about that. Now we'll see how it goes. So, without any more ado, I'm gonna turn the thermostat up, plug it in, and see what we got. It's hot enough. The compressor should kick in. We should have some air conditioning going too. Let's find out. Alrighty then. Yeah, I don't like that too much, but I don't know if I can do anything about that or not. Let's plug her in and see what happens. I heard the compressor kick in. Kind of shaky there. I might have to come back and check on that here. Maybe a week or so. Alright, well, let's get this stuck down in here, put the top on it. See how much air I got going. This is kind of weird. I don't know how this was originally, but alright, well, let me get that straightened out, put the top on. Alright, so it's 82 outside. .62 inside. Got a 20-degree split. I think we're in business. Finally. Looking good.